Always good to listen to, of course. Conundrum then off a mark of 69 does look interesting. Here we go.
And away they go. They're racing for the Racing UK Extra on racinguk.com. Nursery. Good speed from Conundrum in the early stages. Also away well was Ghost Queen, and she wants to seize the initiative. Conundrum, the red jacket up the inside, then Cleme, the white cap, rushing up to try and get a position. Then Royal Variety, and the distinguishing red cap, Dothraki, is caught a little bit wide on the track. Swift Justice in the quarter jacket up the inside. Call Him Al in the purple and blue is then followed by Sesame towards the back, along with French Twist. Also towards the back is Rock Up in Style, and Sange du Nord is just about the back marker. They're making the turn out of the back straight now and heading down the side of the track, and it's Ghost Queen that leads by a length and a half to Clem A, who's racing in second. Conundrum's got a nice sit up the inside rail in third. Royal Variety, the red cap on the outside, in fourth. Then the purple and blue of Call Him Al, followed then by Swift Justice up the inside. Then Dothraki, Rock Up in Star tries to get a little bit closer. Then Sesame and French Twist, and Sange du Nord is at the back. But as they swing for home, it's Ghost Queen who got away well. She still leads by a couple of lengths. Clem A is now being hurried up in second, followed then in third by Royal Variety. Then Conundrum, who's trying to stay on but doesn't appear to have much left. Inside the final furlong and a half they go, and they haven't seen which way Ghost Queen's gone so far. She's 2 or 3 lengths to the good over Clem A, who's racing in second. Royal Variety trying to make it a 1-2 for the owner, now into third. Inside the final furlong they go, and Ghost Queen still has a very healthy advantage here, and she's not going to be caught. And racing up towards the line, Ghost Queen from pillar to post takes out the Nursery. Tight for second between Royal Variety and Clem A. That's definitely one for the judge. Conundrum was fourth, and Call Him Al finished in fifth.
Well, they went at a fast pace early on, didn't they there? It looked like the Prix de la Baie leaving the stalls there into that first turn. 5-1 Ghost Queen, the winner for Simon Crisford, Newmarket trainer, and visored first time. And Jack Mitchell in the saddle. And not many got into it from in behind, Ben.
No, it was a typical Catterick race in many ways, wasn't it? She did well to get across from stall 10, got the lead, was always travelling with speed and going better than a lot of them in behind her. Obviously Conundrum attempted to take advantage of his draw in 3, but could never really lay up with the pace, and Ghost Queen has kicked a couple of furlongs out, and nothing has landed a blow at all. I mean, the two that have chased her home, Clem A and Royal Variety, have both been, you know, in the first 4 throughout, and Conundrum was up there as well, and he's faded out of it. But essentially, this is the key point of the race. Loads of speed from Ghost Queen to come across and get the lead from stall 10.
Look at the speed of number 3 on the card. They Ghost Queen, the eventual winner. Real good tactical pace early on.
Yeah, and that's essentially got her in pole position, hasn't it? And nothing's got involved from off the pace whatsoever. Clem A has definitely shown more in a first-time visor this time, has got back on track on handicap debut, and they'll be pleased with that, because he did threaten. He was threatening to go the wrong way, really, temperamentally, but the headgear and a positive ride have helped him here, and he's run well, for all that it was possibly a race where you had to be in the first 3 or 4 to ever have a chance.
I was going to say, this is a race-related or pace-related result, isn't it? You can forgive some of those who never got into it today and give them another chance.
I think so. I mean, for all that you see some of them that have fallen out the back there, I didn't think they were. A lot of them were particularly interesting beforehand. You know, the 2 Mark Johnson runners hadn't really done anything since their debuts. They've been well beaten off again. Dothraki has come through again, shown a little bit, but he was sort of rushed off his feet a little bit. But if you look at him on the wide outside there in the white cap, he makes some sort of inroads late on. Essentially, it was all about, you had to be in the first 3 or 4 to really ever have a chance in this, and Ghost Queen's just had far too much speed for them.
Yeah, and the advisor has worked a trick as well, worked a treat, hasn't it, on Ghost Queen for Jack Mitchell, and it wasn't caught this time, caught close home at Chelmsford a couple of rounds ago. Lots to like about the way Conundrum plugged on, having tried to go the pace, could have got swallowed up, but kept on into 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's also he's a half brother to one that got a mile and a half, and he's by Sir Percy, so you you'd think that really he's going to be even better over a mile plus, maybe even a mile and a quarter really before long. He's not quite had the speed to lay up with Ghost Queen, but he's plugged on, like you say. He's kept on at the one pace, and he's not really gone down without a fight, if you know what I mean. He has shown something, hasn't he, and he's shown a bit of battle there, but I think he probably wants a bit further now. But Ghost Queen, she's got off the mark. She ran a nice race at Chelmsford from the front a couple of starts ago. Then she was turned out quickly in a race where I think Connections were just trying to take advantage of the fact that she would escape a penalty. That was at Salisbury last time, but it forced her up into a higher grade of race than she needed to run in, essentially. She's up in the weights here, but she's come down in grade, and she's just burnt them off from the front.
Yeah, and Aidan, our cameraman, just admiring his own shots of that head-on. Beautiful low shots they were too, of Ghost Queen winning, and if you missed it, you probably get another chance to see it on Racing UK Extra on racinguk.com, because that's what this race was named after, of course, over 7 furlongs, and the winner was Ghost Queen.
Yeah, she won off a mark of 68. She was actually put up 6 pound since we last saw her. But 5's her first time. From stall 10, she makes it all for Simon Crisford and Jack Mitchell. Clem A was second for George Scott, and Ben Curtis at 12-1. On horse wearing a first-time visor, and Royal Variety third, the 4-1 favourite. Let's have a look at the time. It's 1:26.45, which is 3:05 outside the standard.
They say the machines have won, that algorithms have turned sport into a maths problem. But sport is not a science. It is beautifully unpredictable. As long as the game is played by people, it's anyone's game. Make your best bet at BetVictor.
Sharjah Sale going to be a short order, short price favourite for our next race. The 3:05, a maiden here at Catterick. Stay with us for that. In between now and then, here's an opportunity to reprise last week's Newmarket